I mean, you can't tell me you're not entertained. You can't tell me you're not interested to see how this plays out. You'd be lying if you said you don't want to see Phillip Rivers return at 44 years old on his birthday, signing with the Colts to be their starter. He will be their starter. Phillip Rivers will start for the Indianapolis Colts. And according to one source, he's looked better than he's ever looked. Even when he was back playing, he's in the best shape he's ever been in. Another source said that he gives them the best chance to win in an impossible situation with Danny Dimes going down with the torn Achilles tendon. This is a wild time to be alive. And I got to tell you, as much as I don't know how the hell this is going to work out, and the odds are certainly stacked against him, I am thoroughly entertained, completely entertained. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
I mean, this is definitely an entertaining situation, no doubt about it. You're lying if you're saying you don't like what's going on right now on some level, even if you're projecting it to fail. Whatever the case may be, this is a fantastic, fun endeavor, and I'm here for it. And look, to be quite frank with you, if you're a JT owner, if you're an Alec Pierce owner, if you're a Tyler Warren owner, and this is good for the Tyler Warner panic Peters out there that are like, what do I do with Tyler Warren now? Do I start him? Do I not start him? This is probably decent. Like look at what Joe Flacco is able to do. Look at what Tom Brady would do if he came back. Now, Phillip Rivers isn't Tom Brady, but he certainly could be looked at as, okay, well, why can't he be as good as Joe Flacco? I'm interested to see how this plays out. I just don't know how it will, but I'm very, very intrigued. Now, if I heard things like, he looked like he was in pretty good shape, I think it would end in utter failure. Just a complete blow up. He get injured the first game, and there's still a chance he suffers some sort of hammy, soft tissue injury before kickoff. Like, that's something to very much monitor. Is he's not necessarily, and he might be more used to activity than we think. He's not coming off the rocking chair necessarily, although he is a grandfather. He is a grandfather. He has 10 kids, 2 daughters, 1 grandchild, and a partridge in a pear tree. And he is coming into the NFL cold turkey. Don't be surprised if there is some sort of like soft tissue injury right from the jump. That's going to be the kind of thing that happens. Look at Waller. Waller comes in, gets hurt immediately, even though he looked good. So it's something to monitor. The other thing to think about is that it's a very short amount of time, right? So he doesn't have to play like 15, 16, 17 games. He's playing weeks 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, we'll see. And then their goal is obviously more. But that's good. That's good news because he won't be asked to go out there and play a freaking 18-game season, 17-game season on an 18-game season for the NFL, and then try and march to a playoff after that. So this is going to be quite interesting. But the news, what I was trying to say, and I sidetracked myself, was it'd be a lot different if we were hearing things like, he looked okay. We're hearing, and I can't tell you, I'm not there. This isn't coming from me. But the sources are saying, the trust me bros out there are saying that he looks better than he's looked since he played. Like, he looks better than when he played. Let me read this one quote from you here. This says, is coming from Diana Rossini. A source close to Phillip Rivers describes a player who looks better, in better shape now than when he played. Now, that's a source close to the player. That's like getting a review and science and data behind a lotion company that is providing the science and the data. They've done their own studies. This moisturizer is the best one out there, says we who made the study, and the ones that made the study own the actual lotion company. This is, a source close to Phillip Rivers. If Phillip Rivers was my friend and someone came to me and said, how's he look? I'd be like, he's looking great. He's as best as he's ever been. The bestest we've ever seen. And so that's what we're hearing. It's a no-brainer. It gives them the best chance, quote unquote. Expect a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor and the Colts ground game to support the 44-year-old Rivers. Now, this is a very important part because there are two players at hand. Maybe you're not starting Danny Dimes anymore, or weren't starting Danny Dimes anymore, rather, but you were more worried about JT's value. And Danny Dimes going down is an absolute kick to the sack. Now, we don't know if it's going to continue to be a kick to the sack. Maybe it won't be. We will see. This team will lean heavily on this man, Jonathan Taylor, who was about to see stack boxes to kingdom come, who was probably not going to get the same yards per carry, probably nowhere near the same red zone, end zone, or any kind of goal line work. But does that change? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Odds say it won't because he's 44 years old, just turned 44. Congratulations and happy birthday, by the way, to Philip Rivers. Older than, I believe, a dozen coaches in the NFL. Like I said, grandchildren. But does this man go out there and create enough defensive respect that Jonathan Taylor doesn't get shut down like he was about to without Philip Rivers? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm sure damn well excited to find out.
Let him cook.
As should you be, because this is just, we've never seen this before. Not at this age. This is insanity at its best. This is entertainment at its best. And then this man right here, I have to think that a older 44-year-old birthday boy, Philip Rivers, is going to look to dump the ball off to Tyler Warren a little more than the average Bear. Maybe Philip Rivers is safer, or Warren is safer than we think. Coming off of this injury to Danny Dimes, torn Achilles, devastating. Early 2020, like even if he stayed, early 2026 is not looking promising. What's this guy do? Does he remain in the lineup if this thing works out? Even if it works out to a degree, but not fully, obviously, and does he step back in? Is he doing this just for right now? Word has it the Colts did exactly what I said was probably the better option, was to reach out to Andrew Luck, who's 35, 36, 37 years old. Ziggy, how old is Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck is 36 years old.
36. Ziggy off. But they did reach out to Andrew Luck. He said, I'm not doing it. Philip Rivers said, I've been keeping in shape. I got one of those row machines in the basement, and I've been doing it 2-3 times a week. And they said, Philip, you're signed, young man. We'll sign you right now.
I smell meatloaf.
Shook hands, and all of a sudden you got a starting quarterback in the National Football League who plays for the Indianapolis Colts, who has a top 1 to 3 running back in the National Football League, a top 5 tight end, and a pretty eclectic group of wide receivers and ballers that can maybe take this team further than we think. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm here for it. I'm signed up for it. I'm excited for it. I think that this is better news today for Warren and JT than we had yesterday. So I believe the stock values of JT and Warren go back up slightly. They're not where they were. Everything overall is down from the departure of Danny Dimes from the torn Achilles, but it certainly is back up slightly from the pessimistic viewpoint that a lot of people didn't like that I had yesterday, that said that JT's probably going to be really, really good. He's probably still a top, 8 running back. I'm not saying he's falling out of running back 1 status or anything like that, or was, but he certainly wasn't living at 2-3 comfortably anymore. He might occasionally dance there. Maybe 2 out of the next 4 games, he could be a top 3, top 2, top 4 running back off pure volume and determination and grit and breakaway runs. All he needs is 1 breakaway run in a game to have a 60-yard touchdown, and he feeds himself. He doesn't necessarily need to be fed. He'll find his own room, find his own wiggle, and go get himself a touchdown and feed himself. Now, that is definitely in the cards, even if, let's say, Philip Rivers isn't there. And I don't know if Philip Rivers improves things. Maybe he makes things worse. We don't really know. He's 44 years old with a grandchild. Like, how the hell do we know? This looks like a man that looks older. No offense, Philip. Looks older than Coach Harbaugh. If you put Harbaugh and Philip Rivers next to each other, you might not know which person's older. I mean, Pete Carroll might be in better shape than Phillip Rivers. We don't know. We're only hearing, based on Diana Rossini's report, of a player or person close to Phillip Rivers that's obviously giving him an in-house review that says he's looked as good as he's ever looked. And it's a no-brainer that they bring him in. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm here. It is a fun time to be alive. And I can't wait to watch it regardless of the result. But it has to be a little bit of good news because guess what? If he doesn't work out, they still have what they had. At least you have a shot at JT seeing a little bit less of an 8-man front situation. And you see Tyler Warren seeing maybe a little less of a lack of target situation. So the stocks go back up from where they kind of plummeted to after the Danny Dimes news. Let's take some phone calls, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Lots to discuss, lots of predictions to be had. This super chat here from Andrew. Andrew, appreciate you dropping the super, my boy. He says, hey, Smitty, I'm struggling to get committed league mates to join a Dynasty League. I want to start up. Do you have a listeners league I can join? Andrew, we have a lot of leagues, but they're usually they're tough to get into. Andrew, I appreciate your super chat. What you can do is join the Patreon. And the Patreon, my boy, is where a lot of people can join up and kind of discuss how to, empty spots we got in a league or, hey, do this or that. We definitely do all kinds of leagues. I do about 3 or 4 throughout the year. So you're just going to have to stay tuned, my boy. It's kind of a tough thing to get in. It's there's only so many spots. So stay tuned. We got the Marsmen, the Moonmen. Those are all full, but usually one spot opens up a year, it seems. We've got the Wild Wild West League. We've got the Patreon League. And if you want to be in the Patreon League, you got to be a part of the Patreon membership. So click that link. I just dropped the Patreon link in the live chat. I'm going to pin it. So join the Patreon. The Patreon is 24/7, 365 live chat group. You need a chat group? This is your chat group, Andrew. 24/7 live chatting, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's the price of a cup of coffee. Just try it out. All right, I've got someone on the phone line here. You're live. Who is this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Smitty, what's going down?
What up?
Hey,
What do you
Smitty,
hear?
It's Scuba Steve.
What's
How
up,
you doing,
Scuba?
man?
What's up, Scuba Steve? What can I do for you, pal?
Hey, Smitty, I ended up making the playoffs in both my leagues. One of my leagues on ESPN, they gave me about a 2% chance going in. And,
It's a cool story, Steve. It's a cool story, Steve, and I really appreciate it. But right now we're in the middle of a Phillip Rivers signing. And I mean this in the nicest way, but no one cares about your league right now, my boy Scuba. So do you have anything relevant to this conversation, and then we can get to your league potentially?
Yeah. So one of the league that you're just talking about, I have Tyler Warren, and
there you go.
I'm going into my matchup. I also have. I know that he struggled this week because I know that he was a popular waiver claim, Brenton Strange. I was just wondering with this news if I should just take the chance and just roll with Strange instead of with the unknown of Warren, because I know that Strange, at least he's been getting the targets.
Yeah.
And he did get a touchdown.
It's a great question.
He had a touchdown but got called back. But what do you think?
Great question, Scuba. And I mean to say I don't care about your league. I care about your league, but we're just the viewers right now are clamoring for this conversation. So thank you for swinging in the relevant information into this. And I would say this, I'm not ready to answer. I have a whole handful of days in front of me to make this determination. My lean right now is to not overreact and get Warren out of a lineup just because his quarterback situation is changing. We've seen bad quarterback situations still feed the tight end position, not to mention the tight end position can oftentimes be a safety net. And especially for, a grandfather of one, stepping into the lineup, looking for a safety valve, looking for a safety net, having probably one of the most up and coming elite tight ends in the National Football League to be there as a safety net. The guy does love to throw to the tight end position, if you remember correctly. So this is going to be a potentially good marriage between these two. And I think it becomes a really, really nice opportunity for Warren to gain back the value that we thought he was going to lose by having Danny Dimes go down. However, I still like Strange a lot. Strange is a good wide receiver, very capable of top 8 numbers, but Warren, while he's capable of falling down to number 8, number 10, certainly is. Especially like, maybe 1 or 2 games out of the next 4 he could. So you're not wrong to be contemplating this. But let's wait a little bit and see how Rivers looks and what this is going to potentially look like on Sundays before we make that call. Right now, leave Warren where he is, and then we'll make a switch if we're feeling uncomfortable. You hear me, Scuba?
Yeah. Well, I guess the only reason I was asking, too, is watching the game, when Leonard went in there, Warren, he might have gone, I think it was like a catch and stuff, but they had him help block because the rush just came right to Leonard, and I was just like you're talking about. I can see Rivers giving him the ball, but I'm just wondering if they're just gonna use him more as a blocker, and then if
we don't know. That's why we gotta wait. That's why we gotta wait.
Yeah.
We gotta wait to see if we can get any feelers out there, any sense of what this looks like, how Rivers looks, what are they gonna do. It's an interesting situation, man. But I do know that this guy's going to lean on the tight end position like he has in the past, and he's got one of the best to do it. Tyler Warren's going to go down, I think, as one of the best to play the position over the next 10 years. He'll be in the top 5, top 4. So this is a good opportunity. We don't have a lot. We need to wait. But it'll be something we discuss well into Friday, Saturday, and then we'll be able to make a decision. All right. So hang tight. What you said you made your playoffs. Now we got that out of the way. You made the playoffs. Congratulations, my guy. What seed are you?
So on my sleeper app, one of the seeds, I am 6th seed. I clinched playoffs last week. For points 4, and then this other league that I was in, I'm in. It is only top 4 teams, so I finished 4th to clinch the other seed.
Congratulations, bro. All right, call back if you got another. Appreciate you, Scuba.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Later. All right, so interesting. I'm entertained. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued. I mean, we need something, right? We've been getting hit with injuries and players getting raptured from the NFL with injuries and busts and all that. I'm interested. I'm really interested. Does this make Rivers? What's this? So does this make Rivers have to start over on Hall of Fame eligibility? It's just on hold, because he obviously can't partake in that. But a lot of times, some of that happens. Some of the eligibility or some of the poking into that is, how far away are they? Are they going to come back? How far away are they? Unlikely to return to the NFL? Is it near 0 chance? So, I mean, clearly that's going to put a little bit of a spacer in there. But wow, crazy. Andrew Luck is 36 years old. Way younger. We're talking 8 years difference. 8 years younger than Phillip Rivers. Andrew Luck could still walk in and play another 4 years and be younger than Aaron Rodgers by a handful of years. Luck could play another 4 years and barely breach 40 years old. This guy's 44. So it's kind of interesting when you think about how young Andrew Luck still is. Wild. Seems like Andrew Luck retired 15, 20 years ago, but I don't know why he doesn't like football. Andrew Luck hated the game. He loved it as a kid. Sometimes you start something too young and you get tired of it. I don't know. But Andrew Luck had an opportunity. They reached out to Andrew Luck. I guarantee Andrew Luck if he was keeping in shape, we don't know if he is. He would still had at least the ability, but man, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. Let's go. Anybody else dial in?
Live from the
Call into the show.
FantasyFootballShow.com
Call into
studio.
the show.
Age doesn't matter. Michael. It's cute, Michael. Age don't matter. That's cute, Michael. Michael living vicariously through Phillip Rivers right now. He's like, this thing's going to work. It's got to work. It's got to work for me. My knees hurt. I'll tell you, age matters a lot. It matters more than you think, my boy. You should know that. You're playing fantasy football. Egbuka or Diggs? Egbuka. Say whatever you want. Egbuka, come on, my boy. Oh, man, this is crazy. Should be Tom Brady. Tom Brady, yeah, Tom Brady would be great. Andrew Luck was in a lot of pain when he retired. Yeah. Update on Trey Benson. I wouldn't expect him to return, bro. I wouldn't expect Drake London to return. I wouldn't expect Garrett Wilson to return. I wouldn't expect Trey Benson to return. Will one of them return? Maybe. Week 17. Maybe week 16 one of them could. Could two of them? Maybe. But you shouldn't be expecting Garrett Wilson, Drake London, or Trey Benson to play football in 2025. Yep. Harvey or Judkins. I mean, who's producing, who's not producing? Chester, you got to roll with the players that are delivering when they're even remotely close in rank anyway. So, we live in a simulation confirmed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if there's any other things any other quotes or what people are saying. This right here, I read you what Diana Rossini reported, but this is here from Adam Schefter. New Colts 44-year-old Phillip Rivers is older than his head coach, Shane Steichen, who's 40 years old, and his OC, Jim Bob Cooter, who's 41. His new center was 1 year and 10 months old when Rivers was drafted into the NFL. There's a lot of stuff going around about everyone trying to compare this age gap, which matters a lot. Unlike the chatter that said age doesn't matter, it does matter. But could he defy age? Maybe he can. So this right here from Adam Schefter: before the Colts can determine how soon Phillip Rivers can play. So he's their starter, but can he play right away? This is again what I urged you to caution your minds with at first, was that he could have some sort of soft tissue injury right from Jump Street. He could go out there, throw 25 passes in practice, just throw. And then the next day, some soreness in the shoulder. Like, the likelihood of an injury taking out Phillip Rivers. Let me see do I have a Rivers graphic, don't I? I think I do. I think I have one somewhere. Where's my Phillip Rivers graphic? Do I? I don't know. I don't even think I can find it. I'll have to write it. Rivers. I'll make one. Phillip Rivers. The likelihood of a shoulder injury is extremely high. Or some sort of like soreness just from the beginning. The likelihood of a soft tissue injury is extremely high. Extremely high. And the probability of this success is extremely low, but this is why you watch. This is so fun. But shoulder injury, soreness, soft tissue, like this is gonna be a wild ride. But let me keep reading what Schefter said. Before the Colts determine how soon Phillip Rivers can play, they have to see how he feels in practices Wednesday and Thursday. But there is this. Rivers played in this offense his entire career. So it's expected to be more of a physical question than a mental question. He's back. Phillip Rivers. If you're curious what Phillip Rivers thinks about Riley Leonard, who he worked with in pre-draft, here is... Okay, I don't need to read that. Phillip Rivers... I don't know if there's anything else relevant right now that I can pull from any of this, but Colts... Rivers' last TD pass was to Jack Doyle, who retired in 2021. The Colts 27-24 playoff loss at Buffalo had paid. Oh, hold on. Man. I'll tell you what, I got a league where I lost JD5. I had Flacco. I had all these pieces, and I got to pick up Phillip Rivers for the Superflex spot. It's the only Superflex shot I have, so we might as well look at it. We got 5 gifted memberships from DMO. DMO, appreciate you dropping 5 gifted memberships, my young man. Boom.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All You Want for Christmas is a Caleb Williams song? Well, unless you want it to be kind of a Debbie Downer song, I don't think you want it. Thank you, DMO, for dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take one more phone call.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
One more phone call. Try and make it Phillip Rivers related, and then if you've got a fantasy question, you can kind of massage that into the conversation. But let's try and keep it on this topic specifically, if you can, at least initially, at least related, in the ballpark. Not, hey, Smitty, can I give you a marker board on my roster for a week? We're in the middle of a Phillip Rivers live stream. We're in the middle of a JT, Tyler Warren, and Phillip Rivers live stream. Again, we can you can accompany your question at the end, but just bring the thunder on this particular topic. We got more news coming in. I don't know what is legit yet. I'm trying to siphon through it as we're live. I will not be surprised at all if Phillip Rivers starts this upcoming Sunday for the Indianapolis Colts. This is NFL on CBS. Who is saying this, though? This is what NFL on CBS says, but they don't have a person next to it. This is Daniel Jones. This is Daniel Jones reacting. Danny Dimes reacts to the Colts signing QB Phillip Rivers to their practice squad, obviously to elevate him up. This is from Danny Dimes. I will not be surprised at all if Phillip Rivers starts this upcoming Sunday for the Indianapolis Colts. Is that really coming from Danny Dimes, though? Because, like, would he say for the Indianapolis Colts, or would he say for us? Why would he say for the Colts? I don't even know if that's his quote. But CBS, NFL and CBS is the one writing that quote. Hey, Husseini, you're live, my boy. What's up, pal? Hello? Husseini, you there? I don't know if my phone line just cut out right when Husseini called. Hold on, Husseini. Let me put the speaker on. Unless you got it muted or something. All right, hold on. Let me get this audio fixed. Hang tight, Husseini. Hang tight. I'm almost there. All right, here we go. Audio should be fixed. Husseini, you are live. Husseini? Okay, that might not be my phone line. I think it's Husseini's phone line. All right, call back. For whatever reason, it was not going through. Oh, that wasn't Husseini. I don't know why I thought that was Husseini. The phone number looked similar. I'm sorry, my man. Husseini's laughing. Whoever that caller is, you can call back in. All right. Let's see here. All I Want for Christmas is a Rashi Rice song. Nice. Husseini's going to get a Rashi Rice video. That's coming. So hang tight for that. All right, one more caller.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Thank you again, DMO, for the gifted memberships. So how are we all feeling in the chat? On a scale of 0 being 0 and 10, what is the likelihood that Phillip Rivers looks good and helps this situation? Like, I'm not saying you're predicting 10 being they win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, like, is 10, this was good. This is a good move. This gave them their best shot. This was actually a good move. This might be like Danny Dimes production. Scale of 0 to 10. Drop it in the chat. We got a 3 from DMO. We got a 5 from Joe. We got a 7 from Chester. A 5 from 442. 2 home game wins. Fun day. Fun day Sunday is 7. Chester and Fun Day going with the 7. Time to retire. Kind of a ironic name for somebody that believes in this situation. Time to retire. Wouldn't be surprised if they go pretty far in the playoffs. 8. Wow, Time, you might need to change your name, bro. 8 from 1993. Woo, living vicariously. Considering their upcoming schedule, 4. Thanks whoever gifted the membership. That would be DMO. Nas with the number 6, okay? I like this. You guys are all over the map, which makes it interesting for sure. 5.7. JSN, yeah, we're going to have a JSN video and song. Sure, absolutely. Corey says 5. Yeah, part of me wonders, like, if he just goes out there and just, like, does anybody think he can't go out there and read a defense? Of course you think he can read a defense. This is Phillip Rivers. It's a Hall of Famer. But does he go out there and, like, does he, if his arm strength is solid, does he just hand the ball off to JT, hit Tyler Warren on some quick slants, throw some occasional deep balls to Alec Pierce, who, quite frankly, is capable of, you know, going up and getting a contested football. I mean, Pittman too. This is interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued. It's certainly going to be fun to watch, whether it explodes and ends up not working out. I'm intrigued. Buka breaks through the rookie wall, 2 TDs, 166. That's right, Chester. I'm excited for the rookie wall to be just blasted through by Book and all the people that crapped all over Book. Warren Fannin, I mean, that's a debate for the ages, my boy. I would say probably Fannin for now, but we might lean back toward Warren if Phillip Rivers starts getting rave reviews. But Fannin is this channel's, you know, darling. You know, we've been screaming Fannin before anybody else. We invented Fannin, and everybody else is getting us coffee. Fannin coffee. So we love Fannin. It's going to be a real biased answer here. Fannin, love Fannin. But we also love Tyler Warren. Those are the 2 probably highest ranked tight ends we've had on the channel in relation to where their ADPs are. So kind of a tough question. Reminds me of Brock Osweiler. Warren or Strange, we had that question on the phone line, and we're going to put that one, we're going to table that one for now, but a lean toward keeping Warren in until we figure out what is what. Don't blast you, Jennings or Buka.
Take a big laugh.
Michael Wilson, league winner, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote for now. I wanted to come in and break this news. We'll be back later. I'm sure we'll be live maybe one more time before the 8 p.m. show, maybe not. It depends on the breaking news. But I ask you to do me 2 favors, 2 or 3 favors. Number two, let's do 3 favors. Number 1, hype the videos if you can. Right now, you can't hype a live stream. But after the live stream ends, you should be able to click on the description, like, you know, to make the description expand. And then in there should be like a 2 times hype or a hype. And you just hit that and hype the video. The hypes help the channel big time. YouTube has this, it's like a token of sorts that you're given 3 a week. And I ask you, if you enjoy this channel and the channel helps you, use your hypes on the videos. And if you can't use it on the live stream, you just got to close the live stream out at the end when it's over and the live chat's gone, and then open it back up. You should be able to hype it. I don't know if you can hype the live stream live. I don't think you can. And if you can't, there is a video, the Josh Allen video, if you click on videos, that you could hype that video if you want. But I ask you to use your 3 hypes a week on this channel if possible, or at least when you can. And that will help the channel. It's just like telling YouTube, hey, it's like a super like. And it just helps YouTube kind of even further assess whether they should be pushing the channel or not. And so it's a very extremely helpful thing for the channel. So please hit that when you can. Second thing I'd say is if you could please subscribe to the Rumble channel. We will be having Rumble only exclusive shows. Not taking away from the YouTube channel at all. The live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel. Live whenever big news breaks on the YouTube channel. And on Rumble, whenever there's a big live breaking piece of news like this, I will be live on Rumble and on YouTube at the same time probably. But only for breaking news shows. The rest of the Rumble content that I create on Rumble will be for Rumble only. And you'll need to watch the Rumble channel in order to get that specific channel. We've got several people on Rumble right now. I want to shout out my Rumble people. Trader Joe, appreciate you being a Rumblee. You gave a 6 vote for the likelihood of this thing working out. New Age Outlaw in the building. By the way, New Age Outlaw gifted a membership, gifted another membership. New Age, are you still here? I just want to say thank you. I didn't pull up the chat yet. I need to start doing that when I'm live on Rumble. Yeah, so thank you all of you that are in the Rumble chat. Appreciate all of you. New Age, Cake, Trader Joe. You guys absolutely rock. You're a big part of the Rumble community over here. Husseini's over here on Rumble. I think that one is Husseini. Husseini, sorry, I got you wrong earlier. But go subscribe to the Rumble channel. Here's the link one more time. We're going to have so much content on Rumble that you can't get anywhere else. It'll be exclusively Rumble content. We have also the YouTube content. And then thirdly, fourthly, whatever the hell it is, this is my last request. Dynasty. The Dynasty channel is here to stay. It ain't going anywhere. But you need to subscribe. Make sure you're on board the Dynasty content train. Here is the link to the Dynasty channel. Please click that. I'm going to try and do 1 Dynasty show a day. 1 Dynasty show a day. 1 Rumble show a day. If not, just Monday through Friday, 1 show a day. And then YouTube, we're live on YouTube 3 times a day. That nothing changes on YouTube. I'll see you all for the 8 p.m. show, if not sooner. Thank you, New Age. New Age to the moon over on Rumble. New Age is kind of like our new Rumble, like, hall monitor. You know? He's over there making sure things are, popping. He's dropping gifted memberships. He loves Rumble. I love that he loves Rumble. But New Age, unfortunately, not all shows will be on Rumble and YouTube, so you're going to have to still be on YouTube. But I can't wait to grow the Rumble channel with the Rumble exclusive content that we'll create on Rumble. Rumble to the moon. Rumble is on the rise, and we are on the rise over on Rumble. See you all at 8 p.m. Yeah, Rumble Ambassador. That's even better. Travis, New Age just renamed you Rumble Ambassador. That's what he is. Maybe I have to create a New Age Outlaw emoji over there. I'll see you all at 8 p.m. Eastern or sooner on the YouTube channel. Those of you on Rumble, you got to subscribe to the YouTube channel too. It goes both ways. Philip Rivers to the moon? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm here for it. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern.